Welcome back to River City Live. So what do dogs and inmates have in common? Well, many of them, they both deserve a second chance at life.
That's right, Mark, and there is a local program run by the organization TAILS. They are doing just that. TAILS stands for Teaching Animals and Inmates Life Skills. Now, these inmates are getting to learn skills that will help them in their everyday life, like leadership, patience, responsibility, and I can tell you that the dogs are benefiting from this program as well.
I've been here for about 8 months. This is where they ended up sending me, so I made the best of my situation and got involved in the community.
Robert Cobb made some bad decisions, which is why he now lives here. But when he's back in the real world, he says he will have only positive things to say about the Jacksonville Bridge Community Release Center. It's where he found his true passion.
You know, I never really had a dog, so at first I just wanted to be around them. But as I progressed through the program, I really like how the dogs really, they bring the best out of people.
He's talking about the TAILS program, sponsored by Pit Sisters, a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing voices for those who can't speak.
It's just tremendous, the impact that a dog can have on a person's life. So I get to see all of that and see the dogs graduate with their training and see them get into homes. It's just, you get to see it from the beginning all the way through. And you get to see the folks, you know, successfully make their way through their sentence and hopefully be successful members of society.
Jen Dean with Pit Sisters says the TAILS program is a win-win, changing the lives of both the men and the dogs involved. After completing the first TAILS program to be offered at this facility, Robert now knows what career path he wants to take.
When I get out, I want to, start businesses. I really want to own a veterinary place and try to get into dogs, or get more in-depth into dogs, or in helping them and recovering them in bad situations and things like that. It's a lot of things that opened my mind when I got to this program that I wasn't really aware of when I was on the street or back where I used to be.
Jen says stories like Robert's are why this program was started.
We don't just want to teach people, these guys how to train dogs. We want to build advocates for the animals, and that's proof, people that actually want to work with the dogs. We want to help them. If they want to work with dogs, we want to help them get jobs and keep that relationship going throughout. So that's one of the things that we're working on, is how can we partner with local veterinarians, the shelters, things like that, to get these folks jobs in the industry.
TAILS is currently in 4 Northeast Florida facilities, and Jen says they hope to expand. 25-year-old TDARRELL Davenport is another who says his life has been changed thanks to these 4 dogs: Cholo, Hershey, Braxton, and Myers.
I learned how to actually train, how to actually do it the right way, how to actually treat them when they're supposed to be treated, how to reward them when they're supposed to be rewarded. So my favorite thing is the overall training.
January 13th was a big day for this facility. The 16 men in the program and these dogs, they graduated from the program. Program Director Julian Williams says he knew he was meant to be the leader of this program, and that seeing the men involved become better men was extremely rewarding.
They're getting a second chance. Men know where that they gave the dog a second chance, and society will give them a second chance. Well, and I want them to make the best of it. A lot of these guys are real passionate with these dogs, and I want them to be passionate about themselves as well when they get released.
Former JSO officer Jim Crosby, who also has experience as an animal control director, is so grateful to be a part of the TAILS program.
This produces positive effects for the dogs and the people. The dogs we're dealing with are coming from the shelter, and these are dogs that otherwise would not have a chance. The people involved here are also being given a chance, and by working together, both of them can have outcomes that are far better than anything they've had in the past. So we're saving lives in 2 directions.
So what a great program. Now, were any of those dogs adopted?
Yes, actually, the program director, Julian Williams, adopted one, Cholo, and then 2 of the other dogs were adopted. There's 1 left who is in a foster home available for adoption. So if anyone's interested in adopting or learning more about the program, you can head to pitsisters.org.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll have more after this.